Prince Harry has been told by the Home Office police officer not to hire his private bodyguards. This is his ongoing court case. He's involved in 5 currently at the moment, Bev. 5. He's obviously got deep pockets.
And a need to just keep himself in the headlines. The Duke offered to pay for protection from the armed squad when he's in the UK. Took the Home Office to court, of course. We talked about this earlier in the week after the proposal was declined.
But what we really want to talk about is the award for Meghan Markle. So joining us now is the showbiz journalist Rebecca Toomey. Rebecca, morning. So Meghan Markle is a woman of vision, a woman of great kindness, and she got this award from that boring old feminist, Gloria Steinem, in the United States. Tell us more.
Well, this is fantastic news for Meghan Markle, because who better to be a voice for women than a woman who has been repeatedly bullied and people have tried to shoot her down. It's been dubbed Meghan 2.0 because this is a bit of a rebranding. But what's interesting, I think, is that she's listened to the outcry and the criticism of her, and she's responding accordingly. She stepped back from the coronation. She was very, very quiet. She let King Charles have his moment. She also let Prince Harry have his moment when he was promoting his autobiography, Spare. Quite a colourful autobiography, that one. But she did step back. And now it's kind of Meghan's moment. And what I think is very clever about this is she hasn't made it so much about herself, which is what she is criticised for a lot, in that she's actually doing it to stand up for young women, young girls, and put them at the forefront of things. And she's won this award because she has actually done an awful lot for feminism. People might like to very much focus on the rest of her behaviour, but really, since she was 11 years old, she's been campaigning for women. At 11, she changed an advert that was sexist, talking about women doing domestic chores. And at 11 years old, this confident Meghan wrote to him and had the advert changed. And ever since then, she has been. Go on, hold me to account for that one.
Do you know what, Rebecca? Do you know what I'm just going to say? If I was literally winning awards now for a letter that I'd written at 11, I'd be a little bit embarrassed about myself and my achievements. The woman had a fantastically successful career as an actress. I've been watching Suits recently, actually, just to remind myself who she used to be. She gave it all up to marry well. She gave it all up to get married and live in a life supported by her husband. For me, that is not really the definition of 21st century feminism.
And she takes her title from her husband. She's the Duchess of Sussex, and she's taken a title for her daughter, who's a princess. That doesn't strike me as an act of great feminism.
I do take your point on that. And obviously, I was saying really her feminism sort of started as a young girl, but she's been very consistent. Her podcast, Archetypes, is about really giving a voice and talking about the issues that women face and the barriers that they face and the treatment of women. She does do a lot of charity work. She set up a charity to help women get back into work after having periods outside of work. She also, in 2019, when she was still very active in the UK, she did go to Bristol and support sex workers as well. She has done an awful lot for women over the years. I think it's just people like to kind of enjoy to criticise Meghan, but really we didn't criticise Oprah Winfrey when she gave that incredible speech at the Golden Globes about being a strong woman. But it's just because it's Meghan, people like to point the aim, I think.
I don't think it is, Rebecca. When she first came along with Prince Harry, I was like, this is awesome. She's going to drag the royal family into the 21st century. We had that amazing wedding. The country were completely on side with her. But she never put the royal family before her own needs. She was front and centre all the time, competing with Kate for who would get the headlines. And then when she did get a front page, we saw it in her documentary. She was all a bit like, oh, look at me, I've got all the attention. Kate's not happy. It's egotistical and narcissistic beyond belief. Who's given her this award? Gloria Steinem, you're saying, as part of an award. Was the awards all about women and feminism, or is it one award in a different ceremony?
It was all about celebrating lots of different people and lots of different women. And it was about, celebrating inspiring ordinary people as well. But the thing with Meghan is that the attention's been on the awards. We all know the power of celebrity. And we all know when Meghan Markle does something, we all, pay attention to it. But what I wanted to say, Bev, as well, is that, she was phenomenal when she first joined the royal family. She was hugging people, she was breaking protocol. But it's almost like you can't win. Do you remember how we treated the Middletons when they were first on the scene? How Pippa Middleton was mocked, she wasn't treated very kindly, her fashion choices, all these ridiculous things. When she did a really beautiful book, actually, Pippa Middleton, called Celebrate, that was just torn apart by critics. And it's almost like there's certain women that are connected to the royal family that really can't do right. Now, I'm not saying Meghan's been perfect. She has done things that are wrong, but she is trying to make right now. She is trying to step back and let the royals have their moment and step away from royal things and celebrate women. And I think we should just really try and, if we can, just try and accept that Meghan is doing the best she can. And I think she is listening and she is learning.
Rebecca, I remind you of that when the next broadside comes from Netflix, who are paying them, 170 million? And she's, of course, writing a book which I suspect will not be filled with too many acts of kindness, which she talked about the royal family.
Yeah,
well, I think really, if you go back to that Netflix documentary, there were some lovely moments. There were moments talking about their love story, whether you enjoy seeing the two. It was quite indulgent, the love story, but it wasn't a constant two-part series that was taking aim at the royal family. I'm not going to defend some of the things they've said and what they've done towards the royals, but I will say that I think she has paid attention. I think she is trying to change. You can hold me to account when that book comes out. We'll come back on and discuss it, and I may eat my words.
Rebecca, we're going to invite you back for sure.